guys, Tom here with another Transformers review, and today we're going to be looking at the KO Fortis that comes with the KO set for Feral Rex. I got mine from Sir Toys. There's a couple sellers on eBay that are doing them, but this guy is extremely solid. He's got all the same points of articulation. He comes with these accessories that you see here. And now we're actually going to take a look at the accessories so I can show you guys a little bit more up close what they are. So he comes with a few accessories. He comes with these cannons. These guys are actually pretty cool. They you can plug them onto his arms. I think that's the only spot that he... Oh, you can plug them into his legs, again, right here. Same as the MMC one. These things are pretty nifty, though. They actually have this swivel mechanism inside, which you utilize to combine them for the gun. And you can see right now they kind of butt up against each other, but if you rotate this section inside of here, and it's actually a lot easier said than done. Let's see if this one is easier. Yeah, there we go. So now when you go, you have to slide them on right here, and then they peg together like that. And that goes on the back of the gun in the combined mode. Then he comes with these two swords, which are painted really well. They have really decent paint. They look good, and the plastic's pretty solid. It's not bad. It's thin, so it does bend a little bit, but it's actually pretty decent. These also combine into the sword in combined mode to make the large sword that Feral Rex will hold. So now we're going to get into some articulation, then we'll go into transformation after that. Alright, so we're going to look at his articulation. So we're going to start with the arms. So he is the exact same as Bovis for the most part. He just has a different head sculpt. So for the arms, they have like a wrist bend. They don't have a swivel. They have a pivot at the bicep, if you can see. They have 2 points of articulation on the elbow. They have one right here. And both of them have like plastic ratchets, which may degrade over time, but they're adequate. And then he has articulation up to about right here, which is decent. That's quite a bit of movement right there. It's not bad. They rotate all the way around. And that's about it for the arms. So they actually have very minimal paint. It's mostly just right here, and then they have some right there, but I can show that more in the beast mode. But that's pretty much it. So the head sculpt, it has the same limited articulation that Bovis did, so Fortis is pretty much identical. He does rotate better than Bovis did, so that's kind of nice. The paint on the chest is done well. It's not perfect, but it's done pretty well. He has a waist swivel, and then these pieces for the like flaps for the hips, those move independently from each other because they're on that mechanism, same as MMC has. His legs go out to here, pretty much unhindered at all. They're on a soft like plastic ratchet as well, and then they go out this far, like I mentioned in the Fortis video, or the Bovis video. If you take this piece and rotate it to the back, it does hinder the back articulation, but a lot less than you would really care as far as the front is concerned. So that's I usually keep them to the back, but I wanted to show that yet again because I don't know if I did an adequate job. So the knees are also on a plastic ratchet. They give you a 90. He has a swivel just above the knee, and then his feet are on the same mechanism that Bovis had. He has the same mechanism for that. So you get a tilt, and then you get a rocker and a tilt. So, and then these also articulate, same as Bovis. So that's pretty much it for articulation. Now we're going to go and get into the transformation into his beast mode. Okay, so to transform him into his beast mode, I usually start with the arms, same way I do Bovis. You fold in the hand, and then it has a hole right here and a tab right here. You just take that and pop it in right there, and then the leg untabs right here, and then you fold it down, rotate, and that's the leg. So with the head, you lift the face up, and that's it. Next, we want to rotate the waist. So the best thing I've found is to try to hold these in place because they rotate with the hip, and then spin the hip around, or the hips around like that. With the legs, we need to open up this panel, and then this foot, we rotate it and turn it around that, and then get this to pop around this, and then we can take the hips, or the knees, we want to rotate at the knees, so we rotate at the knee, get it to go around the leg, lift the arm out of the way, and then we're good to go. Now we close this, and then this has a peg right here. It snaps onto the foot, and the foot pegs in just like that. We can fold this kneecap in now, and then the legs have 2 tabs, one right here, and 2 ports, one right there and one right there. And you just snap them together. You want to untab this piece, get it to rotate out, rotate the leg down, spin it here, and spin it here, and then rotate this down, and that is him in his beast mode. So I'm going to put some accessories on him, then we can talk about his articulation in beast mode. So this is Fortis in his beast mode. He has ports on both of his legs in this mode to mount weapons. So you can mount the cannon back here, the knife up here, the knife back there, the cannon up here. I kind of like how this looks. But so we're going to talk about his articulation. So I forgot to mention this in the Bovis review, but he does have the ability to open his mouth, but then you just kind of see the face in there. So it's kind of not that cool. The head can articulate down, but it does kind of screw with the sculpt. It can't really move left to right very much, but you know, it does have a little bit of articulation. The waist swivel is still intact, but like in all the other ones, you don't really use that. The arms in the front legs, can come out like this. They can also swivel up at the upper bicep, and they can also swivel at the foot, and they have a pivot and whatnot. So pretty much all the articulation you could really want in a leg. So the back leg is almost the exact same thing. It has the ability to go all the way out like that. You can also swivel it at the upper bicep area, and you can move the foot, and you can get a tilt and a pivot if you would like that. So that's pretty much it for his articulation. Now I'm going to do some size comparisons in the beast mode so you can see how big he is compared to MP10. Alright, so this is a size comparison between Fortis and MP10. This guy actually is huge. It's pretty cool though. You know, he's kind of like a Cybertronian rhino, so it's you know, it should be very big. I would see him usually being, I mean, since he's a rhino, I'd see him being bigger than like a tiger. So I mean, as far as that scale's concerned, that really doesn't mean anything. But with MP10, it's cool because he's humongous, and MP10 is also big, and you can only imagine like how large this would be in comparison to a truck. So I mean, that works pretty cool. But we're gonna go ahead and get him into his leg mode, and I'm gonna transform him so you guys can see how that works out. So to get Fortis into his leg mode, it's essentially the exact same thing as you would do with the Bovis mold. It's an identical transformation for the most part. So first of all, the thing I like to do the most, and the easiest way to do it, is to take these front legs, and you want to untab it right there. You want to rotate at that joint, rotate at this foot, and then bring it around. And it's going to tab onto this tab right here. It has a hole in the foot right there, and it has a tab right here, and that just tabs on right there. And tab it into, there's a tab on this right here in the back, so you guys can see. There where that silver part is right there, there's a tab, and that has a corresponding port in this black piece on the side, and that just tabs in right there. So you untab here at this, at the butterfly joint, and then rotate it down. We want to move the head forward, and then to get this combiner port to come out, just kind of ratchet that up, and that should do it. Let's very, very tight. So we want to now rotate the arms back up and then tab them in. We want to untab it right here, rotate, rotate, and then get it to tab in onto this port right there. We want to rotate the leg, and then they tab in right here and at the bottom as well. So we just got to get that lined up, and there you go. We need to split him at the legs, and then this piece right here will slide in and kind of line it up. There's some ports inside of there, and then you just close the leg on that, and there he is in his leg mode. The articulation as far as the foot is concerned, and that's about it. This combiner port will also articulate. It's just very tough to do by hand, and it actually doesn't articulate very much. It moves just a little bit because it bumps into these things. But the port in the leg, in the upper part of the leg, actually rotates, not this. So he has the standard tilt, and then he has the standard tilt, and then the rocking motion as well. So to do some size comparisons for Fortis, I have Apollyon, and I have MP10. So I hope you guys can kind of make that out, but it looks like from the top of the, it's similar to how the Bovis one was. So Fortis is, if it's on a tiny bit of a slant between the tip of his like beast head and the top of MP10's antennas, but he's pretty close as far as height-wise to MP10, not from the head, but from the top of the beast head, and he's pretty much the same height as Apollyon as far as the beast head is concerned. But yeah, about a half a head shorter then. But I mean, he fits really well as far as scale-wise, and he looks like he could be, you know, alongside the masterpieces at this size. So I mean, it works really well. So for final thoughts here on Fortis, he's a great figure. I think the joints are fantastic. The plastic quality is really good. There's some sprue marks and whatnot, but for, you know, essentially in a set of $150 shipped KO combiner, this is a $25 figure. And I mean, the paint's good enough. He's got really, really decent play factor. He's fun to transform. He fits in with the set really well. The accessories are cool. You have a lot of different options with it. So I mean, it's really cool. I would suggest getting it. You can only buy it as a set, but thus far I haven't really found a single complaint that would make me say that this set is not worth buying. And this figure doesn't contribute to any negative thoughts at all. It's just a really great figure, and he's a lot of fun. You can buy the set at Sir Toys. I would suggest doing that. Paul is a great dude. He does a really good job shipping. He's super fast, and he communicates really well. But that's pretty much it. He's a great figure. Go get him. Thanks for watching. If you like it, subscribe, like, share it, whatever you want to do. Thank you very much.